Fresh FM.
103.1 Fresh FM, that's Maroon 5 and Daylight. I'm Ian Sterling. Coldest Night of the Year walk is coming up in support of one of my favorite charities, Mission Services. And they're at the front lines of helping the hungry, the homeless, and the hurting. And I went for a drive with Jim Henderson of the Canadian Mental Health Programs, who actively seeks out Londoners who need help. Been doing this for 13 years?
Yeah, almost 14.
What is it exactly that you do?
Today, what we're going to do, I'll give you a broad overview of everything we do. We connect with people who are homeless or at risk of becoming homeless, and we've found over the years there's a huge number of people that are at risk daily because of mental health, addictions, income, family problems, legal problems.
Do you know anyone who used Mission Services and now works or volunteers with Mission Services?
Many.
Tell me about one of them.
My favorite one. About 4 years ago, there was a young 25-year-old man living on and off the streets, addicted to opiates, which is the big drug in this city right now. And he was just really floundering. He came from a really successful family. He injured himself playing football, and his doctor prescribed him opiates, and he got addicted to them. He ended up living on the street, was floundering all over the place, and kept coming to me. He'd show up and ask me to get him some help, to get him to withdrawal management and into a treatment program. And he finished the program in Barrie, went to St. Clair College, completed a certificate in HVAC mechanic, and now he works for the city of Detroit, and he started out at $80,000 a year.
Oh, wow!
And he stays in touch with me. He just sent me a picture of a house that he just put a down payment on.
So we're going to the bridge here?
Under a bridge, yeah. People actually are sleeping outside. It's not so much the cold from above that gets you, it's the cold from underneath. So I asked if I could get a hold of those wrestling mats that you can get, or cardboard boxes, or I'll throw a few cut up cardboard boxes in the back. And like I said, we used to do this all the time. I do this maybe once a week now. Unless I know there's somebody out there that needs my help, and I'll go more often. Probably had a fire there to keep themselves warm.
So we're under the Quebec Street Bridge, and you actually found some people down here that you've helped out?
Yeah, probably. I guess the last person I saw, 2 people down here a few months ago, and often when they draw attention to themselves, they'll move. If they don't want your helper, they don't think they deserve it, or they really are not interested for whatever reason.
Okay.
I'm going to go to another bridge, and I'm going to tell you a story about the guy that I found under that bridge. He turned to alcohol when he was drinking, when he was working in the band. That kind of helped him with the giving up process. He never sought help. He didn't think he was worth it. And he just went into severe depression, and he wouldn't take medication.
We're underneath the York Street Bridge near Stanley, and this is another spot where you often find people?
Yes. Yeah, and if we look across the river, on the top of the rocks there's a sleeping bag. We can tell that there's somebody staying there with all the grocery bags and other things. There's a recycling bin, so they're bringing their stuff here with different things. There's a whole bunch of clothes stacked on the bottom there. You can kind of see them. I've been amazed by how many kind people there are in the world. One of the guys that I worked with for a long time, he used to go to one of the Tim Hortons downtown, and he could sleep there anytime he wanted. Yeah. And he was homeless, and he's passed away, but they would just let him sit there and order nothing. every once in a while they give him a coffee. And you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And no doubt there will be a lot of kind people who support the coldest night of the year walk coming up.
Yes, I would think there will. There's a tremendous number of really good, kind people in this city, and business owners and people who just don't have no reason to be kind other than they're decent people. I think that's one of the nice things There was a guy that I met. He had been a lifelong alcoholic. Met him in the park, Victoria Park, and he was lying on the ground. So I helped him up on the bench, and he knew who I was. And so I asked him all the questions that we asked. You know, do you have some place to stay? Do you want some food? Do you want to go someplace and get clean clothes, a shower, or whatever? And he was, no, I'm fine. So I noticed he had a scrape on his hand, and he had fallen off the bench, and he had a scrape, and he had a big bottle of what he was drinking on the bench. So I helped him up, helped him clean off his hand with some stuff that I had in the backpack that I had, and he started to cry. And I said, does that hurt? He says, no. So I just asked him the obvious question, why are you crying? He said, did you know the last time somebody touched my hand? And it blew me away, and I have not been able to do anything else but this since that day. The story with that man progressed. He went into the hospital, had cancer, and the day that he passed away, I was holding his hand. I was put in that spot. I was supposed to be there. He connected to me, and I was an important person in his life, and he was especially important in my life too. So
That's amazing.
you make those connections, and that's such a spiritual experience for me. That was just, and it's almost something you can't even explain.